Hello, everybody. Here we are, back with another episode. Hi, Romanus.
Hey, Davis. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm okay. Saw some movies today. Did a double feature.
You did a double feature today.
I saw both of the movies that we're reviewing today.
Okay.
Yeah.
To clarify for everybody, today we're recording two separate reviews that will be released individually, meaning that the next one released will probably have a similar but different intro. But today we're going to be talking about Eddington and Weapons, two films that have released over the last month, and we've both seen them. And we don't really have much of an intro, but I do want to give a quick shout out to somebody who wrote in to Loose Leaf Media last week. Our good friend and number one fan, Jojo McKenzie, wrote into our email requesting that we review the remake of H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, starring Ice Cube.
Oh, fuck. Are we gonna do that? Have you seen it?
No.
Okay.
But Jojo really enjoyed when we were kind of shitting on the Fantastic Four movie. Or rather, I was. Mm-hmm. But see, this is solid proof, isn't it? That people just really like it when we have a review where we're just kind of shitting on a movie.
Our audience is really negative.
I guess so.
But you know what? They went through the trouble of sending us that email, Jojo did, so maybe we should watch it. Or maybe if you want, I can watch it and give it a 15-minute, 10-minute review.
Sure. Like, we can make that the intro for another episode.
Yeah, maybe. Where can I watch it?
It's on Prime.
I have to pay for it? Is it free?
No, it's free. It's a Prime original.
Okay, I hope I won't regret this. It better be.
You will. It's been notoriously panned by all critics.
It better be. It got a 0%
I
on Rotten
know.
Tomatoes. That makes it
really bad. But it might be funny. So bad it's funny.
I don't like movies like that. Actually,
I'm not usually a fan of them either.
Yeah,
people love bad movies, unironically.
Troll is the one that people like, right?
Troll 2.
Troll 2. Okay.
Troll 2. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other.
Most people that have seen Troll 2 have never seen Troll 1, and I've never seen either of them. So
I don't care to watch it. Yeah.
Maybe if I'm at a party and that's just kind of the theme, sure.
Yeah. Like
collective enjoyment of something really bad would be a lot more enjoyable than solo.
What you and I actually have in common is that we unironically like movies that other people find terrible.
That's true.
For me, it's Wild Wild West with Will Smith.
I do like that
movie. People
really
think it sucks. I love that movie.
People need to revisit it.
I don't.
That movie is not taking itself seriously at all. I think most of the point of that movie is the stupidity is not meant to be taken seriously at all.
Yeah.
It's kind of a loose parody movie of like a Western style, like A Million Ways to Die in the West, almost, with the Seth MacFarlane movie.
Yeah.
It's not that parody-driven, but it's still pretty ridiculous intentionally, so.
But it's a fun, movie. It's Selma Hayek's in it.
Selma Hayek's great. Kevin Kline plays, two characters in
the movie. The action's pretty good.
Action's fun. What's his, Kenneth Braga?
Yeah,
Branagh,
he's the villain.
He's the villain. He's Lovelace.
Yeah, Lovelace.
Ted Levine, Bloodbath McGrath.
Bloodbath McGrath. Yeah,
and we should do a retrospective of that.
I would love to.
We're almost at a year since we did a retrospective of Hitch, so maybe we should make September like a new Will Smith movie.
Why not? Yeah, let's pick a Will Smith movie to do a retrospective on.
I think we've decided already.
Let's do
Wild Wild West.
I'm excited for that.
I feel like people probably, if they'll come out of the woodwork and they'll say that we actually have secretly liked this movie this whole time. We just spent too much time listening to Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, speaking of Will Smith, have you heard his recent music that he's come out with?
Yeah, I saw him do like a podcast.
I like pretty girls.
I'm an act bizarre.
I want to read you some Will Smith lyrics.
See, we can actually create a pretty good intro right off the cuff.
You don't gotta wait in the line tonight. You too fine for the line tonight.
What?
5 + 5, you a dime tonight. It's a full house. Better play your cards right. Ugh.
Come on, man.
I'm going to post your pic if you pose. Make one phone call. You in vogue. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Hold up. Wait. Pose.
Stop it.
I'm about to do some investing. I spend it on you and you and your bestie. You and your twin on a jet ski. I'll change your life if you let me. I like pretty girls.
Please. Cut it out.
Will Smith. Oh, wait. Oh, I just saw a line that I really love.
You love
All
it?
the pretty girls, put your drink up. I'll get you anything you think of. I like BBLs, and that stands for Bad Bitches Link Up.
That one's actually funny.
Well, it just...
Horrible.
Smith,
just
yeah.
horrible. You know what I hate about like when people do this in rap? When they're rapping about things that they're not actually doing or involved in. I really don't like that component of rap.
Oh.
Some people may think it's outdated, but I think
Will Smith isn't partying.
Exactly. He's not doing that. Who the fuck is he hanging out with BBLs?
Yeah, he's married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he wishes, but no.
Oof.
My bad. Here's the thing: we've clearly proven that we love Will Smith. But like that ain't it.
It's not. I want to hear more Will Smith music.
I mean, for this particular purpose of what we're doing right now, sure, why not?
Man, I want to find more Will Smith freestyle lyrics. If you don't mind, let's interrupt our movie podcast for Will Smith lyrics.
Just so everybody knows what we're going to be talking about today. We're reviewing Eddington first, for the record. But what we're going to be talking about today is a huge contrast of what's going on right now.
Is it?
Yes. There was a perfect segue to just talk about like the Western genre from going to Wild Wild West to this movie today. But let's continue.
I know that I be on some other shit. I know that I'm different. Mm-hmm. I be on some y'all don't understand it. I don't mention it. Made it to the top of the Hollywood without a membership. Kill him in July, then I switched him in December shit. What?
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. I be overcoming shit that y'all be having trouble with. Let them run their mouths. I mean, really, that's what come with this? They built a wall, but I'm jumping it and loving it. They want me to be done with it. Yes, we do. But I'm still having fun with it. Writing songs, writing checks, writing history. Right righting wrongs, but I'm still right mentally. Well,
where's the vocabulary?
I don't know.
Where's the wordplay?
I go to sleep and my ancestors visit me. He's like Black Panther.
Okay, man.
Let's end it here.
That was
I'm sure you're gonna cut most of this.
I gotta actually. No, I'm not. But like, I gotta step away because I got a nosebleed right now.
Ooh.
I'm just playing.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I loved it though. I love every second.
Horrible. Just the worst.
I hate bad movies, but I love bad hip hop.
You like bad hip hop?
Bad hip hop is entertaining. Davis, what movie are we gonna discuss today?
Well, I mean, we'll do the intro. No, I honestly don't even want to do it, but after all that shit.
I'm sorry.
This is the Loose Leaf Media Podcast. My name is Davis Leaf. I'm here with my co-host,
Romanus.
And today we're here to talk about Ari Aster's latest, Eddington, which I've seen twice now, and you just watched today, allegedly, during your double feature.
Yeah, I watched it this morning.
It's the 15th of August we're recording this on the 25th year of the century, and yeah, we're going to talk about Eddington.
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
So I wrote a review of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't write very often anymore. Especially I don't write on my blog nearly as much as I used to. It's been a year since I wrote on my blog since we reviewed Alien Romulus. Which ironically there's a new Alien show that just started right now. And
yeah.
It's pretty good so far.
I'm curious to see what motivated you about this movie to write.
I think that this was one of those films that just gave me a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
When I walked out of this film the first time I saw it, I had no idea what to say or what to think. Mm-hmm. I was perplexed. I could barely even tell if I enjoyed the movie, quite frankly. But that in and of itself for me was enough to where I felt like I needed to get my thoughts down, like in writing, because I needed to collect them. I had no idea how I thought or felt really. And I felt a lot of feelings like every Ari Aster film walking out of it, of anxiety. I felt just an overwhelming feeling of anxiety. Didn't feel good, and I needed to figure out how to process those feelings and emotions, because this film is a film, I think, that surfaces a lot of emotions that many people probably that had lived through 2020, which is many people, but also sadly many people didn't live through that year, needed to figure out how to process in the end. And I felt tension, anger, confusion, frustration walking out of Eddington, and it resurfaced the exact same feelings that I felt when the year of 2020 just kind of came to a close. Tension, anger, confusion, and frustration.
Right.
And to me, this is a film that managed to capture the emotions of what it was actually like living in that year perfectly into one movie, as well as give a really good deconstruction and reflection of what true chaos in America actually looks like. And for that reason, I loved this movie. I think this is one of my favorite films of the year, for sure. And it took me a while to really figure out how I felt about it, but I think this is one of the most original, creative, frightening, darkly hilarious, and well-acted movies of the year. Romanus, what did you think about Eddington?
Yeah, I'll start off by reading a summary real quick.
Oh, yeah, we usually do that.
In May of 2020, a standoff between a small-town sheriff and mayor sparks a powder keg as neighbor is pitted against neighbor in Eddington, New Mexico. Of course, like you mentioned, this is during 2020 when the pandemic was happening, and it put just the world on its back, like just having to wear face masks everywhere. The movie actually starts where, there is some, social distancing. So you can go to supermarket, you can be out, you can be in social settings with people, but, you have to be 6 feet apart, 6 feet, wearing masks. Usually, like, you're outside, so, less likely to get the virus. Like you, I was sort of confused at the end of the movie because during the movie, I enjoyed myself quite a bit. Performances are great. Yeah. It's well shot. It's well done. The execution I actually do really like. It's hard for me to say if I like the movie or not, and partially because there's so much going on, and that's what it felt like during the pandemic, right? Like you're social distancing, can't really talk to people, don't really want to talk to people.
I mean, isolation, biological unrest, social upheaval, just happening all at the same time.
It's very strange because during that time, there's the physical isolation, but also emotional isolation, but also the access to social media that you have. So we're constantly hearing people's opinions, constantly getting information.
Cycles upon cycles of media consumption is just kind of a hopeless routine to process everything going on.
Right.
It's salvation.
But it's not a lot of people actually sitting down communicating with each other because there's this, obviously the stress of the pandemic. I think all of those emotions are captured really well in this movie because as I say what I just said, how like there's not a lot of human interaction. There's not the people who the characters, when they do actually talk, their communication is inefficient. Like they're really, paranoid. They are insecure. They're frustrated. It's a very tense situation that they're all in, especially the sheriff, played by Joaquin Phoenix, who is, he is married to Emma Stone, her character, and is living. Her mother's living with them. Supposed to be like this right-leaning sheriff in this small New Mexico town, and he is very frustrated with rules and regulations for
mostly the mask mandates that are happening.
Exactly, right?
Which is the catalyst for what inspires him to start running against the incumbent.
Yeah, right. So exactly, he is. He decides to run for mayor against Pedro Pascal's character. Ted Garcia. And once again, Pedro is just in every movie.
He's great in this movie, though.
He is great in this movie, but damn, like that guy, somebody must have one of his family members for like hostage or something. I don't know why he's working this much, but
he's churning.
Good for him.
Yeah, for real.
No, I just, whenever there's some conflict, these characters do not know how to talk it out.
Nope.
And it just escalates and escalates and escalates.
It is a powder keg.
Right? And
tensions are just continuously building throughout this movie, and it literally comes to an explosive ending.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that, you know, is sort of absurdist at the end. Mm-hmm. It reminded me quite a bit of this movie called The Network. It's a very old movie that everyone should watch. But it's
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a classic movie, one of the best well-casted movies of all time.
It's about a newsroom, isn't it?
It's a newscaster who is having some like hysterical, like just he starts to go crazy and has these like premonitions, and he's taken advantage of by this news network to be put on TV because people can't help but just listen in and watch this newscaster, this famous newscaster that they've been listening to all their lives, been watching all their lives. And his friend who works for the same news company is trying to have a battle with this network who's taking advantage of this character for ratings. And so why Eddington reminded me of Network is that as you're watching both movies, you do feel like both movies are grounded in reality, but as the movie goes on, reality just unwinds until like the very end where it's like, okay, what the fuck did I just watch? What happened? That's exactly what happened with this movie. With Network, I actually finished the movie and felt like, wow, that's definitely a special movie. I've never seen a movie like that. Eddington, when you say anxiety when watching the whole movie, I actually felt the opposite. I actually was laughing the entire time. Like I was enjoying myself.
Well, it is a darkly funny movie.
Yeah,
like, it's a social satire.
A lot of characters that I don't know if I walked away liking anyone in this movie. Everyone sucks. There's even Black Lives Matter protesters, and I'm black, and I hated everybody involved.
Yeah, because all the BLM protesters are fucking white.
They're they're just. Yeah,
because it's like most of the dialogue feels like things I've actually heard people say before, especially in the year 2020, where everybody wanted to come out of the woodwork during the civil protests and just voice their opinion on matters that didn't really have anything to do with their community.
Well, you grew up in Minnesota. I went to college in the University of Missouri. I feel like I've met one of these characters at least once in my life.
I feel that.
Right? Like every main character I feel like I have met, maybe except the cult leader. But other than that, there's a lot of caricatures that you've seen online or on the news played by each actor in this movie. Even the sheriff character, you hear about small town law enforcement trying to battle protesters, try to like take control of the civil unrest. Some a little better than others.
Oh yeah,
but like it did strike a chord with me in a few characters. I resonated quite a bit with this movie, making it feel like I was almost watching a slice of life of a small town in America at this point in time, until it gets absurd.
Yep. Third act is pretty bananas.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of subtext to everything that's always happening in this movie, too.
Let's get to the subtext.
Well, I mean, the movie the movie is about a lot of things. It covers a lot of ground and, like, things that kind of rose up during 2020, but it also adds a little bit of its own original social commentary in the movie, too. And right out of the gate, the movie is kind of starting off with a data center that wants to be built on indigenous land.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the focal point of pretty much everything going on in the story of the movie. Everything is revolving around this data center being built on indigenous land. And the land itself is, being protested against the indigenous community is protesting against the building of this data center because it'll suck out a lot of their natural resources, water and so forth.
Pollute the water.
Exactly. Yeah. And even the very, very left-leaning mayor wants to see this data center built, but it's for his own personal agenda as well, too. And all of this is going on throughout the entire narrative while there's just this petty rivalry existing between the sheriff and the mayor. And the pettiness of it pretty much exclusively just comes from background history that's never fully contextualized in the story of the movie. One party is making a claim, the other party is denying a claim, and we never get a real answer to like which one was accurate. I mean, it's a little bit it's pretty unassuming a lot of the time too, because I think some people have criticized this movie as towing the party line a little bit too much and being very centrist focused, and I vehemently disagree. I think this movie definitely has a side that it's leaning on a little bit more, but it's not being very forthcoming about it. There's it's really hard to kind of determine like exactly how much is a spoiler in this movie and how much isn't. There's very, very big plot points that I would say are a spoiler, but there's also the third act definitely revolves around this Antifa raid, allegedly too, but there are indications that it's not exactly Antifa that is performing this raid at the very end, and may have something to do with the data company that is trying to build its new base on Eddington land.
Right.
But the movie it plays it very subtle, throughout a lot of its runtime. And I actually very much appreciate the movie leaning a little bit more towards subtext rather than saying exactly what the point of all of this is and what's going on. And the movie has a very kind of ambiguous ending with some of the ways that it wraps things up. But it answers questions, but not fully, that the entire movie had been posing. And I think this goes in a lot of different directions. I mean, we've talked a lot about the two lead characters that are adversaries with one another, but there's like a huge supporting cast that holds some pretty big weight on a lot of the subtext and social commentaries going on. And you mentioned the cultist Austin Butler plays like a cultist influencer in this movie, which was a huge thing. Like the rise in conspiracy theory driven paranoia in this country was a huge thing.
Anti-vaccine
was a big deal in 2020. And to me, a lot of what this movie kind of has to do with is how desperately we want to be able to forget all the terribleness of 2020, but how much we haven't recognized that the bad things that came from 2020 persist to this very day. And so much of which was spawned because of that year. And the cultist influencer aspect of it is definitely a really good example. And there's even some kind of Epstein jabs very subtly played into that narrative as well, too. But Austin Butler plays the cultist. He's really only in one scene in the movie, but it's a huge standout scene. Like, he's in it's like a 5-minute dialogue scene, and he's fantastic in that one scene. To be fair, I mean, the whole cast is really great too.
Yeah.
But that's one of my favorite scenes too, when he's just kind of like explaining his background and like what had happened to him at one point that put him in this position. But at the same time, it's very absurd, and the position that it put him in, and the point that it led him to in life to be this person is just fucking insane. Absolutely insane. And Emma Stone also doesn't really say a lot in the movie either. She's not in the movie a ton, but her impact in the story is tremendously important, particularly when it comes to the lead character, Joe Cross. And I also want to say that Joaquin Phoenix gives one of my favorite performances from him in quite a while, I would say. I thought he was fucking great in this movie. He's very hateable, and he's played, obviously, villain protagonists before, but he's probably at the best that he's been for playing that type of character, a villain protagonist. Anything else kind of you took away from like the subtext or the narrative of this movie?
Yeah, like I'll have to say this without spoiling, and we can get into details in the spoiler section if you want. I might have to disagree with you on the ambiguous ending part. I feel like the movie actually did a pretty good job at just sending a message of no matter what happens in this country, big companies win.
Oh, yeah.
Like and it almost wraps everything together in very like strange, hilarious ways, and ironic ways, right?
Very, very ironic.
Yeah, we basically find we find the characters at the end in just certain positions. Can we just get to spoiler section?
Yeah, I'm down. So, I mean, I recommend this movie highly. I honestly think this is going to be one of those movies that's not just an important watch, but a movie that's going to be viewed as even more important a decade from now. For those that may not like fully resonate with this movie now, I think way down the line this will resonate with a lot more people, and will be a movie that people are endlessly deconstructing and trying to find new meanings out of. So I highly recommend this movie.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. It wouldn't surprise me if this movie is revisited in 10, 15, 20 years, especially with the stuff going on now in DC, where armed police are stopping people for no reason.
For those who are not very aware right now, DC is under complete government occupation, and it's really bad.
Yeah.
So with that, let's get into spoilers.
The ending. Let's just start off by saying that. Okay, let's go way back. So
there's a lot of spoiler-related subjects in this movie.
Underneath the difference between Ted Garcia, the mayor, played by Pedro Pascal, and Joe Cross, the sheriff, played by Joaquin Phoenix. Underneath their differences in politics and COVID restrictions is the speculation that Ted had sex with Joe's wife when they were younger, right?
Emma Stone's character.
And so, there's that idea in the back of Joe's mind that bothers him, obviously.
And it was allegedly, specifically, when she was underage, too.
Exactly.
Which leads to Joe getting up on his soapbox and calling him a pedophile.
Yeah, he calls him a sex predator without his wife's permission, which is...
And without any sort of confirmation.
Right, yeah.
Just all speculation on his part because he's a deranged individual.
And he's almost immediately made a fool when his wife, who's at that point estranged, comes out with her own video on social media and says, "My husband was wrong. That never happened."
Denounces it completely.
And so...
And then she leaves him.
Yes.
For the cultist influencer played by Austin Butler.
Yes. Ted is he's completely, just made free of the accusations.
And he's throwing a big old party.
He throws a party like fundraiser, and it gets a noise complaint. So who has to come over to enforce the noise complaint? Joe goes over,
blasting "Firework" by Katy Perry,
which is
one of the best moments in the fucking movie.
I actually laughed at this point. So Joe keeps turning off the music. Ted is in his face, turning the music back on. They're having a standoff, and then Ted slaps Joe
twice.
Yeah, and even the second one just was kind of like a softer one, but it just. You could tell that it was
an assertion of dominance.
Yeah.
You're in my house right now.
And Joe
you
just
have no authority here.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Katy Perry as loud as I fucking want to.
And also, it's a little old school, too, because you called me a fucking pedophile on social media. So anyone on Earth can watch this, unless you're in North Korea. Anyone can watch this. So you try to shit on my name publicly. Talk about my ex-wife.
Intrude.
Yeah.
Trespass on my house.
Yeah.
Try to enforce something.
Yeah. And in front of Katy Perry. I mean, come on.
In front of fucking Katy Perry.
Come on.
Who does that?
So then Joe As we try to describe this movie, people are going to think we're unhinged, but I promise you, see this movie and
this movie is more unhinged than most things. So.
Joe decides to just murder Ted and Ted's
his
son.
Fucking son.
Yeah.
Who his son has a pretty substantial supporting role in this movie as well.
He does. His son is a dickhead, but
like the whole thing that's going on in the background is that him and a friend of his are like competing for the same girl who is the social justice warrior, like kind of leading the charge of all the protests in Eddington.
Yeah.
And Ted Garcia's son ends up with her. That makes fucking this other kid really fucking mad.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really do much about it, but ultimately these two characters Ted Garcia and his son get assassinated at the very end.
Well, even that white kid who I think is played by Michael. No, not Michael Ward. Jesus.
No,
Christ.
he's the deputy. One of the two deputies.
Well, anyway,
which two characters that we definitely need to talk a little bit more about.
Yeah. What I do appreciate about this movie is that with any like relationship in this movie, you actually can get pretty far in discussing racial, gender dynamics.
There's just a thing that happens near the start of the third act that's one of the maybe the most disgusting thing that happens in this whole fucking movie. And it's because it's so personal for like you and I,
right?
And it's fucked up.
Oh, so okay, we can get into that pretty quickly, right? Mm-hmm. So
the assassination
happens, and then he goes home. He's actually called the next morning to the crime scene. And
it happened on the indigenous territory.
Yes.
And they're like trying to take charge of the investigation of it. They've already collected a lot of evidence that is pretty substantial that Joe pretends like doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And the movie sets it up perfectly too, because it's like you specifically hear 3 shots fired during the assassination, but you see him pick up 2 bullets.
Yeah.
And so when one of the officers on the indigenous land comes up saying, "I found a shell casing," it's like, well, obviously that was going to happen at this point. It's just Joe Cross is such a fucking idiot that he didn't think it was going to fucking matter, because he also didn't realize that he was not even in his own jurisdiction when he fired these shots.
I would like to give a shout out to my favorite character in this movie, Butterfly Jimenez.
He is so good in this movie.
One of the greatest movie detectives of all time, because
he solves it in 3 seconds.
He solves it with 3 clues, like, oh, by the way, we found the shell cases so they can find the weapon.
I'm looking at the handwriting on the fucking Antifa planted evidence.
And they found the tire tracks.
The tire tracks.
The evidence is just mounting.
And
every time he talks.
Like the thing is, it's like he's so good, but it's like you watch the movie and you could solve it even without knowing Joe Cross did it.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's driving around a fucking campaign vehicle that is just his makeshift sheriff SUV, and he has "You're being manipulated" written incorrectly on the side of the vehicle. The biggest fucking idiot on the planet who thinks he could get away with any of this shit. The sad reality of the situation, though, is that in the end, he kind of still does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way.
But in a way, that's also, big companies always win.
That's the main...
And morons are allowed to get away with literal murder.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If it serves the big company's goals.
Yep. Anyway, I'm sorry. Butterfly is fantastic in this movie.
Okay, but now we can get to... So who is with the sheriff at the crime scene, Davis?
Well, his 2 deputies. Mm-hmm. I don't remember their names, but it is made to be a big thing throughout this movie that one of his 2 deputies, played by Michael Ward, is a black man. A black man who is also the ex-boyfriend of the girl that's leading the charge, one of the other supporting characters of the protests going on, whose only followers are ultimately also white.
Yeah.
And obviously, like in 2020, there was a very big discourse of, ACAB and like police officers being highly vilified, and because, obviously. Mm-hmm. But he is kind of put under fire because he's a black man in a town with only 3 police officers, and he is one of them. And so, once Joe Cross starts to realize that Butterfly is onto him, he starts to plant evidence against his deputy.
His black deputy.
Yeah. And for whatever reason, it's just like really easy for him to do. And the only one that just doesn't buy any of it at first, or at all, is Butterfly, but he is not acting because he has no jurisdiction to act at this point, which is just an excuse, but whatever. The other guy, another sheriff played by Luke Grimes, I believe.
Yeah.
Also, shockingly really funny background character. Says a lot of crazy stuff in this movie, too.
Yeah.
But he does not hesitate whatsoever in just believing this, and just puts him in cuffs and throws him into the frickin' holding cell when Joe Cross plants really, really faulty evidence against him, which anybody could see is a bunch of bullshit.
Well, even the evidence that Butterfly has, like he can just match the tire tracks
to the vehicle
that
Michael Ward was never driving,
right?
Because there's no forensic evidence to prove that he was, and then the handwriting on the board when he was trying to run his campaign with them is Joe Cross's handwriting, the same that was the handwriting that spray paint writing rather, in Ted Garcia's home that he was assassinated in. So it's just like it's pretty obvious, and Butterfly knows that too. And right when he matches the fucking handwriting, he darts out of the precinct.
Yeah.
And he goes to Joe Cross's home in order to find a weapon that he can match the shell casing towards. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I mean, he's the only competent and smart person in this whole fucking town.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's a great movie. It's a great fucking movie. So for more spoilers, the ending of the movie leads to okay, so there's this one scene kind of at the midpoint of the movie that I honestly thought was so fucking funny.
Let's hear it.
Especially in a rewatch. And it's when you're seeing all of these, social media posts, like a lot of them are just, what was it, Blackout Tuesday or something?
Yeah.
Remember that happened at 20? That was so stupid. But there's a moment where, you're going through all these social media posts and the movie is deconstructing like how the world is feeling post George Floyd murder right now. And the data company is, about to begin construction on the land. And we get this really huge quick cut to this fucking airplane flying towards Eddington in the middle of the sky. And then it goes right onto the inside of the airplane. And you just see all of these alleged Antifa soldiers just fucking loading up weapons, doing push-ups and shit in the middle of the plane. But on the outside of the plane, it's like you can see, like, I'm pretty sure that's the logo of the data company that's on the plane.
Yeah.
It's very brief.
Yeah.
But it's so fucking ridiculous.
The data center company is sending these armed men to, look like Antifa, and they'll probably put up, like...
Which is something that was actually kind of happening in 2020. There were a lot of white supremacist or hard right or leaning groups that were trying to pose as Antifa to make the left look really fucking bad. And this movie plays into that really well because, of course, a town like Eddington would buy into this very quickly. Mm-hmm. But, quote-unquote Antifa arrives into this town, kidnaps Michael Ward out of the holding cell, places him near a large bomb in order to lure Joe Cross and his other deputy to them, and then big-ass explosion. The powder keg ignites, and it erupts into a crazy fucking shootout in the middle of Eddington, which sound editing in this sequence is fantastic. It's really, really intense shootout sequence. It's like, and it's pretty scary and harrowing, honestly. You never really know where the bullets are flying or coming from, but it's all taking place from the perspective of Joe Cross, who goes into a Gunther's gun shop and comes out fucking locked and loaded and just starts firing everywhere and anywhere. Ends up hitting Butterfly, shooting his fucking leg off.
Yeah.
He gets shot down by one of the freaking insurrectionists or whatever you want to call them. Antifa, whatever the fuck you want to call them. Every bad term you could call them, it's just like whatever it is. The militia, let's say. And then one of them runs right up to Joe Cross, stabs him in the fucking head twice, and then the fucking kid, one of the main background kids who was like gunning for the other girl, just runs in, shoots the soldier while he's fucking recording it or live streaming it on his phone. And that's about where the movie begins to wrap up.
Crazy. The ending of this movie reminded me of First Blood, the first Rambo movie.
Rambo, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just with like the shootout late at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the most interesting part of the movie to me, where all of the like pieces are set up in the movie, and then the last 5 minutes you see how all of the strange events culminate to lead to certain characters finding themselves in different avenues. Mm-hmm. So the kid who saves the sheriff, who is trying to appease this like left-leaning white girl who's protesting, now he actually is a conservative talking head on social media.
He's
like he's
conservative influencer now.
Right, yeah, he's posing with Marjorie Taylor
Greene. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's talking about Antifa, like he's married and
He's got a house now.
A house in Gainesville, Florida. Go Gators.
Yep.
He reinvented himself as this alt-right young kid.
Yep.
And probably like putting himself on a path for being on like Fox News or even in Congress, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, what do you call it? What was the kid's name?
The guy who shot.
The protesters.
I forget. Let's not even say his name.
Yeah,
Fuck
but
that guy.
we know who he.
Yeah,
we know, anybody
yeah.
that knows who we're talking about.
Yeah,
Knows who
fuck
we're
that
talking about.
motherfucker.
See, that's how little I give a fuck about
Yeah.
him. I don't even remember his name right
Exactly.
now.
Yeah, I
was gonna say Tyler Winklevoss.
Tyler Winkle. His name is Tyler Winklevoss. That's absolutely his name.
The Winklevi twins.
The Winklevi twins. Wait, isn't that the twins from
the Social Network? Yeah, the guys that were suing.
Those are the guys
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
For stealing their idea.
The Facebook.
Yeah.
Right.
Drop the. It's just Facebook. It's cleaner.
So we just some kind of Facebook or something?
Never gets old.
No, it doesn't.
Shout out Will Smith.
I like pretty girls.
And I'm at Bazaar.
Yeah.
Even though I'm an action star, that don't mean I'm an act Bazaar.
God.
I bit off how many I could, then I chew it.
That's so bad.
Horrible, just the worst.
It's terrible. Why would he do that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Please, Willard, stop.
Willard, just get out, bro.
Stop it, brother.
So, the kid is now in Florida, conservative influencer, has a house, supporting Marjorie Taylor Greene, yada, 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 yada. And then Joe is now a vegetable.
Yeah.
Because he was stabbed in the head twice, which is fucking insane that happens. Like,
he survived that.
Yeah, he survived that. And, like, usually you'd show somebody getting shot in the head or something and survive that. But this guy gets fucking stabbed twice
violent,
in the head. It's very brutal.
With, like, a bow knife.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
But now he's a vegetable, and the penguin's mom is taking care of him.
Yeah. Taking care of him, but also he's the mayor now.
He's the mayor
of Eddington.
She's reaping the benefits, droning on about her conspiracy-obsessed sensibilities.
Yeah.
She has a platform to talk about it. She's just an insane human being.
Because even though he's the mayor, but he's sort of a figurehead, and she's his voice. And she has reinvented herself from a shut-in conspiracy theorist to
that nobody wants to talk to because actually the entire town of Eddington feels the same way about her.
But now she's polished. She's got the red pantsuit like Hillary Clinton, and it opens to Ted being in his chair, or no, Joe being in his chair. Yeah. Jesus Christ,
POV shot of it too.
Right? Yeah, like Joe is in his chair, and he's nonverbal, just watching his mother-in-law talk to this crowd, and they're outside of the data center that's about to open.
Yep.
And also he looks to his right and he sees Ted's old campaign buddy sitting in front of him.
Yep, who is also now with them.
Exactly.
So but he used to go on a platform and saying that this guy is the only reason that Ted gets anything done.
Yes.
Like, Ted is the spokesperson for this person.
Yes.
Was the person mainly in favor of building this data center in the first place.
Yeah, that just that sets the tone for me to realize, oh no, this was just always going to happen.
Yep.
The data center was always going to open. They just needed the mayor, whoever was going to sit there in that position, to co-sign it, to get everyone to agree that this was good for this city. And they could literally put a vegetable in that position and they would still get what they want.
Absolutely. Big companies always win.
Yeah.
Like you said.
And so he does get away with murdering 2 people and framing a black man. Even though Michael...
That's not really indicated at the very end.
Sure.
Because Michael Ward's character comes in the end when they're, unveiling this data center and it's recording Joe Cross. The very, very end of the movie ends with his character.
Yeah.
But we see Joe Cross, he goes home. His mother-in-law is, doing everything for him. She's,
cutting his hair.
Yeah, cutting his hair. She's allegedly sleeping with their at-home nurse now while fucking Joe Cross is in bed with them. It's all really fucked up. It's a nice house, though. It's a really nice house.
It's their old house, but got remodeled and refurnished.
It's got a whole new, it's not a gravel road anymore.
Nope.
It's all...
It's paved.
It looks great. And then the very ending of the movie ends with... the black deputy, doing target practice like he did at one point in the movie at the encouragement of Joe Cross. And that is how the movie ends. With a big, wide shot of the data center now complete and constructed as we see the credits start to roll over it.
And you see the city, off in the corner in the shot, and the data center is just blue,
vibrant,
lighting up the desert.
And that's why it's maybe ambiguous isn't the right word for the ending. It's more abrupt, kind of in that way.
Sure.
But there's a little bit of ambiguity that goes into the deputy, I would say. But you can assume kind of what's next in some ways too.
Well, I think there is going to be a sequel to this movie.
I don't think so.
I heard... No, wait.
Is that true? Is that...
I saw somewhere that Eddington 2 is coming out.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Ari Aster... Okay, we're going to do this live. We'll do it live.
This better be fake news, I swear.
Oh... God damn it. Yeah. Per IMDb.
IMDb.
Oh, wait. No, this is a direct quote from Ari Aster. I've got a sequel that I've been cooking up for Eddington, Aster said during the interview. I got a horror movie I'm interested in doing. There's a sci-fi adaptation that I'm thinking about. I'm trying to determine the right thing to do next. So I guess he's...
So he has an idea for what a sequel would look like?
Yes.
Okay. Personally, I don't think that'll happen.
Okay, fair enough.
And I don't think that this movie would be any better for it. I think this is a perfect standalone film with enough ambiguity at the ending to kind of assume what the next step would be, which is the fact that Michael Ward's pissed and is probably going to assassinate Joe Cross now.
I mean, to avenge him being framed, because who else could it have been?
Rightfully. I mean, he the other deputy dies in the explosion. Sure. But he gets severely disfigured because of it too. But it's allegedly, face. I don't remember if they indicated this at the ending, but was he the sheriff?
He had the sheriff's hat.
Okay, so presumably he was promoted to sheriff.
Yeah.
At the very end of the movie too, but probably is pissed. Well, literally is pissed.
Who wouldn't be?
Well, yes, he is framed for committing a murder.
Double murder of the mayor,
and that's only done to him because he's black.
Yep.
And literally, there's a couple of moments in the movie where Joe Cross tries to weaponize his blackness for his own benefit.
Yes, and both sides do actually, right? When they're at the protest, the girl walks up to Michael's like, "I know you, like you're fighting for the oppressor, like you're black," and
it's like, you should be with us, and this is like, yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You don't get to speak for me on these matters whatsoever.
Well, Davis, fun podcast while we're still on.
Transitioning into the next one, where there will probably be some overlapping subject matters as well.
You think so?
You think?
Well, Davis.
Well, we both liked this movie quite a bit, it seems. We recommend it. Go see it, but, be ready, because it's a juggernaut of emotions with this film. So, from the both of us here at the Leaf Sleeve Media Podcast, my name is Davis Leaf. I did this with my co-host,
Romanus.
and we will see you all momentarily.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.